Hey there. So I'm just getting ready to go. Show you some of the latest paraphernalia. I think this is an older shirt because I got it on sale. South County hat. Got two new Gettysburg koozies. This one is really neat because it looks like Bud, but sorry if you can see. It says the high water mark, Little Round Top, Devil's Den, the Wheat Field, Peach Orchard, Seminary Ridge, Cemetery Hill. I thought that was pretty cool, and there to match my first one that I got here. Kind of show you how I roll. Got you got an open container because I'm about to hit the road and go back to work. And you got some Dead Kilwin's raspberry sorbet, which is really good, and I'm still trying to mind what I'm eating, keeping things under control. I mean, mind you, also I stopped by last night and had the same thing. So, oh, and wait, hang on. These are great. And look at this. You got Abe Young, you got Abe Old. Abe Young, Abe Old. Aren't those neat? Maybe y'all have seen these before. I got two for my pop. Then I got R.E. Lee for myself. So that's how families are, aren't they? I think they are, usually. That's usually how things break down. Anyways, I got cut off. I'm just gonna take you for a little drive up Cemetery Hill, guys. Nothing fancy, nothing you haven't seen before, but you've never seen it before on the anniversary. So today's July 3rd. I've got to get out of here, but we will just give you a brief little look-see. And I got cut off on the last video. These devices, I swear, they just have minds of their own. But on the last video, I was just saying that while some people might think that Lee and Longstreet complemented each other, I think they just butted heads too often. I think if you could combine the two into one military mind, you know, you would have had something maybe better. I don't know. You know, Lee did concede to Lee on a couple occasions. I'm sorry, Lee conceded to Longstreet on a couple occasions, but he didn't on the third. And I think it might have been Stewart. I'm not sure, okay, but some subordinate general was reporting to Longstreet. He's like, okay, we finally got guys in the position. Should I advance? And Longstreet's just like looking down at the ground. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't look up. So the general has to ask him again. He's like, sir, my troops are ready. We're finally all geared up and lined up and ready to go. Shall I proceed? And Longstreet just kind of picks his head halfway up, kind of gives half of a nod, and that's it. And before you know it, one of the most ill-fated charges commenced, which of course would be the Pickett Pettigrew Trimble charge on July the 3rd. Back there's the corpse of trees in the high water mark. Look at all these cars. Or of course a couple tour buses. A lot of tours going on. You know, licensed battlefield guide tours. It's just so great to see a lot of the light blue shirts out. A lot of the tan shirts out, a lot of Rangers around. It looks like the American Battlefield Trust is packed up. They were just here, as you probably saw in the last video, I sure hope. Because I was really starstruck and really tickled to have just parked my car Literally, I just parked my car, I look up and there they are. And all day yesterday I was not expecting, but you know, hoping to bump into them. And I didn't. I missed them yesterday, and I was out there all day. All day I was on Round Top, Devil's Den. Went a little ways down towards the peach orchard and the wheat field. The one place I didn't hit yesterday, and I kind of regret it, was Culps Hill, because you know Culps Hill actually began as day two's actions were winding down, with Little Round Top and the Devil's Den and the wheat field. Well, it was around the time when those were winding down when Culps Hill was picking up. You know, I meant to, you know, we can do a quick little maybe catch up on that. I don't know. Culps Hill is another one of those battles that, like many on the first day, I really regret the fact that it's often just kind of overlooked a little bit and doesn't get the attention that it deserves. But Culps Hill is very important. You know, if you want to get into debates on which was more strategically important, Culps Hill or Little Round Top, I've done that on a couple prior videos. Not going to do them again right now. And you know, GoPro just never does good with this, but let's see. This is the basic outline of Culps Hill. I can't get any closer or it will go out of focus. But it was under Ewell's Corps. Of course, was the he was in charge of the Confederate attack up Culps Hill. I just feel like I owe this to people because I missed it last night. Let me see. You have Edward Allegheny Johnson, who was in direct command. He's got the big capital letters right there. And then let me see down here. Let me see. You have Maryland Stewart. No relation to Jeb. You have a couple other commanders, Jones and Williams. Now, when you look on the Union side, and again, you can't really read this much. Meredith and Cutler are up top here, but to my knowledge, I think they were there in the defense. They just didn't take the head-on clashes because, as you can see, everything is coming from the right side, and they're all basically smashing into this line here, this blue line right here, and this is mostly Pops Greene's troops. George S. Greene, 62 years young at the time of the battle, one of the oldest, or perhaps the oldest, commanding general for the Union. And again, he and his men did an incredible job, because reports differ on his troop strength, but it was somewhere between 1,300 and 1,400 men, and they held back a Confederate army about 3 times that size. Approximately. I'm sorry, not 3 times that size, but a much stronger force. You can go look up the numbers yourself. I had them in my head and I can't pull them up at the moment. But they were considerably outnumbered by the Confederate troops. And another point of issue is, was Greene instructed to build the breastworks? Was he instructed not to build the breastworks? And you know what, upon some more research, it seems like he was basically left with the decision that his superiors weren't in favor of breastworks. They thought that they made men, basically pampered them and made them unfit for fighting out in the open, which personally I would disagree with, but you know, I'm not an army commander. But Greene made the wise decision to build the breastworks, and it was for that reason that they held Culps Hill on the night of the 2nd, and the fighting was very severe. It went well past dark, and you're just seeing what looks to be fireworks on the hill and smoke everywhere, and nobody could see because it was dark and because it was smoky. And They finally called it quits late into the night of the 2nd, and they actually resumed fighting on the morning of the 3rd. So this kind of segues into today, but I just don't have time to go over there and stop by Culps Hill because I've got to get out of here. And it was at that point when John White Geary, who had to leave, and he was redirected to Little Round Tops late in the afternoon. That's why he left the 1 brigade of Greenes behind, thank goodness. But John White Geary had to leave, head south down towards Little Round Top, and the funny part about that is he got lost on his way. But luckily he made his way back here in the morning, found the guys, and helped out in the defense, and the Union continued to hold Culps Hill on the 3rd. So that's it, guys. I'm about out of time. This is going to cut off very soon, so this is the last tape from day 3 of the 161st anniversary here at Gettysburg, and I have got to go. So I'll see you later.